From freezing temperatures in New York to beautiful, sunny, and 75 skies in Port St. Lucie, Florida. I'm Simone alongside Nelson Figueroa as the Mets have officially started spring training. Pitchers and catchers arriving today, and the energy is high, Figgy.
Yeah, no doubt. You see everybody coming down here with big smiles on their faces. A lot of new teammates, a lot of guys meeting each other for the first time, and I think that's what it's all about, right? Hope springs eternal. Everybody thinks they have a chance, but in day one, all they want to do is unpack, get their uniforms, get their equipment, and then get to know each other, and I think we've seen a lot of that today.
Yeah, it was a pretty quiet day, at least at the start. That was until David Stearns, the president of baseball operations for the Mets, took to the podium and delivered some not-so-good news regarding Francisco Lindor and a stress reaction in his left hamate bone. That's in his hand, and the potential for surgery. Here's what Stearns had to say.
Francisco Lindor is going to be evaluated tomorrow for a left stress reaction in his left hamate bone. It is possible this will result in a hamate surgery. If it does, that's a 6-week recovery, which puts us right at opening day. He's had soreness, frankly, off and on there for a couple of years, and he's usually able to grind through it, and he's done it. And I don't know when he first felt it, but I think it just persisted to the point where he felt like he should say something about it. He's seeing the specialist tomorrow, and as of now, yes, we are optimistic that even if he has to go through with the surgery, he would be available on opening day. This is a generally sort of clean 6-week recovery, and we've got 6 weeks until opening day.
So David Stearns seemingly optimistic about what this could look like for Francisco Lindor, but a potential for surgery in 6 weeks. He might make it back for opening day. Your thoughts on this?
Yeah, anytime you start out already feeling like he's going to miss some time, it's a little nerve-wracking. But I think the thing that you look at for David Stearns is the depth that he put together with his roster, right? But they're not going to be Francisco Lindor. At the same time, we don't want to speculate and say for sure this is happening. He seemed to have a smile on his face as he delivered the news that at the very worst, with surgery, he would be back and ready for opening day. That's great to have hope that way, and I don't think he would want to deliver such damaging news on day one.
Yeah, not exactly what you want to hear for the star shortstop on day one of spring training. However, David Stearns was asked, what is the alternative? What is the plan should Lindor not be able to go on March 26th, opening day for the Mets? Here's what Stearns had to say.
I think if we need that, we'll tackle that when we get to opening day. I think right now we remain optimistic and confident that even if Francisco has to go through a surgery, he'll be back by opening day. If we get closer to opening day, then we'll be able to have those discussions and determine what our best course of action is.
So, Figgy, you mentioned how deep this roster can be. He has options should he not have Lindor there in late March.
Yeah, you're talking about internal options, right? We know Bo Bichette is here. He's a shortstop that we just signed a big contract to move over to third base. Could he slide over to shortstop? They're going to wait and see what all their options are. They have a lot of guys in-house that are here at Big League Camp. They're going to get an opportunity to play maybe some shortstop and be seen. So I do think that Stearns has always done a really good job of trying to fill out that roster in a way that even if that superstar player goes down, that it's not without having somebody that can fill those shoes.
Yeah, and listen, guys playing in positions that they're not necessarily used to or in different positions is one of the main talking points of the offseason, and certainly for spring training. Half the lineup for the Mets will be playing a different position in 2026 than they did in 2025, and that includes number 22. Juan Soto will be moving from right field to left field. We will discuss all of that coming up ahead on Nightcap.